One phone call changed everything that morning. A woman dropped what she was doing and rushed to the empty spot where someone had heard a tiny kitten crying. The cold area felt forgotten as she searched around old boxes and broken concrete. There was the smallest kitten she had ever seen, shaking with fear and calling out for help. No mama cat was anywhere to be found. The little kitten looked so tiny and helpless, sitting there all alone. Its fur was dirty and messy from being outside for too long. She could see that it had been crying for a very long time because its eyes were red and tired looking. The poor baby was so scared that it did not know what to do or where to go. Every few seconds, it would let out another sad cry, hoping that someone would come and help it find safety. The kitten was much smaller than most cats she had seen before. It looked like it might be only a few weeks old. Its little paws were no bigger than her thumb, and its ears seemed too big for its tiny head. The baby cat was so young that it probably still needed its mother for many things. Being alone in this scary place must have been terrifying for such a small creature. The kitten was so little that it could barely walk without stumbling over its own feet. When she got close, the little ball of fur hissed and batted its tiny paws at her. Those big round eyes showed pure terror, but something deep in her heart just would not let her walk away from this helpless baby. She knew that scared animals needed very gentle care and lots of patience, so she moved very slowly and spoke in soft, calm tones. The kitten kept making scared sounds and tried to back away from her, but there was nowhere safe for it to go. She sat down on the cold ground next to the frightened little one and waited very patiently. She did not try to grab it or move too fast because that would make it even more scared. Instead, she just stayed there quietly so the kitten could slowly get used to her being there. She talked to it in a gentle voice, telling it that she was there to help and that everything would be okay soon. The woman knew that building trust with a scared animal takes time and cannot be rushed. After some time passed, the scared baby stopped hissing so much and started to look at her with curious eyes instead of just fearful ones. It seemed to slowly understand that she was not going to hurt it or do anything mean. The kitten was still shaking, but it was not trying to run away anymore. This was a good sign that it was starting to trust her just a little bit. She could see that the little one was getting tired from being scared for so long. With the most careful touch she could manage, she slowly reached out and scooped up the shaking little one. She held it close to her chest very gently. The kitten felt so incredibly small and fragile in her hands, like it might break if she was not careful enough. Its tiny heart was beating very fast from being so scared for such a long time. She could feel how thin it was under its fluffy fur. The kitten was much lighter than she expected, which worried her. She wrapped the kitten gently in her soft jacket to keep it warm and safe from the cold air. The baby cat continued to make small crying sounds, but they were much quieter now than before. It seemed to feel a little bit better and safer being held by someone who cared about what happened to it. The warmth from her jacket and her gentle touch helped calm the frightened animal. She could feel the kitten slowly relaxing in her arms. At the rescue center, the staff had seen many frightened animals before, so they knew exactly what needed to be done. They had lots of experience helping scared cats and kittens feel better. They moved quickly but very gently, understanding that the kitten was still very scared and needed extra special care. Everyone there loved animals and wanted to help them feel safe and happy. The rescue center was warm and filled with soft sounds that helped animals feel calm. First, they wrapped the tiny baby in the softest, warmest blankets they could find in their supply room. The kitten seemed to really like being wrapped up tight because it made it feel safe and protected from the scary world outside. Being all bundled up reminded it of being curled up with its mother, which was comforting for the little one. The staff made sure the blankets were clean and smelled good so the kitten would feel even more comfortable. The staff prepared some special kitten food that was made just for very young cats. This food was soft and easy to eat, perfect for a baby that might not know how to eat regular cat food yet. When they offered it to the hungry little kitten, it was so hungry that it gobbled everything up very eagerly. This was probably the first real meal it had eaten in many days. The kitten ate like it had never tasted anything so good before. They also gave it fresh water in a small bowl that was just the right size. After eating the good food, the kitten started to feel much better than it had in a long time. Its little belly was full for the first time in days, and it felt warm and safe. For the first time since being found alone and scared, happy purring sounds started to come from its tiny chest. Everyone at the center smiled big smiles when they heard those content little rumbles. It was such a good sound to hear from a kitten that had been so frightened. The purring meant that the kitten was finally starting to feel happy and secure. Then something truly wonderful and amazing happened that surprised everyone at the rescue center. A friendly older cat who had been living there came walking over very slowly and carefully. This cat had been at the rescue center for many months and was well known by all the staff for being very gentle and kind to other animals. Instead of being mean or territorial like some cats might be with a newcomer, this sweet older cat began to very softly lick the kitten's head and face. The older cat seemed to know exactly what the little one needed. Day after day, their friendship grew stronger and stronger in the most beautiful way. The older cat became like a loving parent or big brother to the little kitten. It took on the job of teaching the baby all the important things that cats need to know to live happy, healthy lives. It showed the kitten exactly where to find the best food and the cleanest, freshest water. It taught it the proper way to clean itself and how to use the litter box correctly without making a mess. The older cat was very patient and never got angry when the kitten made mistakes. The older cat also showed the kitten which sunny spots in the rescue center were absolutely perfect for taking long, comfortable afternoon naps. Cats love to sleep in warm, bright places, and the older cat knew all the best spots. They would often nap together in these cozy places, with the kitten curled up right against the older cat's warm fur. The staff loved to watch them sleeping peacefully together. They played together every day with small toys, balls of yarn, and feather wands that the staff provided. The older cat was always very gentle when playing, never too rough with the tiny kitten who was still growing and learning. The older cat seemed to understand exactly how to play in a way that was fun, but safe for such a small animal. They would chase each other around, but always in a friendly, loving way. Their playful games filled the rescue center with joy and laughter. When it was time to sleep at night, they would curl up next to each other in a warm, cozy bed that the staff had set up for them. The kitten felt completely safe and secure sleeping right next to its new best friend. The older cat would often spend time grooming the kitten's fur very gently while they rested together. This grooming helped the kitten stay clean and also showed how much the older cat cared about its little friend. They looked so peaceful sleeping together that it warmed everyone's hearts. The rescue staff realized very quickly that these two special animals belonged together and should never, ever be separated. They had formed such a strong, loving bond that it would be very cruel and sad to split them up. The staff had seen many animal friendships over the years, but this one was extra special. When families came to visit the rescue center looking for pets to adopt, the staff always made sure to explain that both cats needed to go to the same home together. They wanted to make sure everyone understood how important their friendship was. It did not take very long for the absolutely perfect family to arrive at the rescue center looking for a pet. They came in thinking they wanted to adopt just one cat, but when they saw the two friends together, they understood right away how incredibly special their bond was. The family spent a lot of time playing with both cats and watching very carefully how they interacted with each other in such a loving way. They could see that the cats were truly meant to be together forever. The family could clearly see the deep love and trust between the two animals. They watched as the older cat gently groomed the younger one, and they saw how the kitten always stayed close to its friend. It was obvious that these cats made each other very happy and felt safe when they were together. The family knew they could not separate such good friends. They talked about it together and decided that having two cats would actually be even better than having just one. Seeing both cats snuggled up together in a big, sunny window made her heart feel completely full of pure joy and happiness. They looked so peaceful, content, and perfectly happy in their wonderful new life. The scared little kitten had found not just a safe home, but also a best friend who would love it for its entire life. This rescue experience taught everyone involved something very important about the amazing power of friendship, love, and kindness. Sometimes the smallest acts of caring can create the biggest changes in the world.